Hey, what's going on, guys? This is D with NearFallGaming, back at you with another episode of Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. And we accidentally confirmed our match card on our last session, and it was okay because we are doing a few sessions in a row. So let's get right into it. But first, we will do a satellite recording of the preview from last week, so we'll go ahead and let that roll.
Alright, getting right into it. Johnny Nitro and MVP defeat the Hardy Boys in tag team action. This will give them one more shot at the tag team titles. Gregory Helms and Sabu defeated Kenny Dykstra and Chavo. This was just a straight up tag team match, not a steel cage. Marcus Corvon picks up the kayfabe victory as well as the gameplay victory against Chris Masters. However, it was not a submission match. And King Booker successfully defends his United States Championship against Rey Mysterio with the help of Finlay. And then in our main event, Mr. Kennedy and Snitsky pick up the victory by pinning Kane by just hitting a couple of double moves on him to get him down for the 3 count. So that was it for our May 31st recording. If you see at the top of the screen, we're here on June 28th, so we had to go back a little bit. But getting in, we will preview our next match card and just get going.
And we are back to bring you the preview of this June 7th edition of Smackdown. So, coming at you hard, match number 1, Regal and Mysterio, William and Ray taking on Finlay and King Booker. Obviously, if you were watching last week, you would have learned that Finlay interfered in a United States Championship match between Rey Mysterio and King Booker, and so Finlay has clearly aligned himself with King Booker. William Regal, we have no reason to believe that he has aligned himself with Finlay and King Booker as well. Rey Mysterio was looking for a tag team partner, and William Regal was eager to help Mr. Mysterio out. So we're going to see how that one goes. Match number 2, another tag team match. It was supposed to be for the tag team titles. It is for the tag team titles. But in the game, it is booked quite differently. It is booked as a ladder match, non-title match, but kayfabe, it is a standard tag team championship match. So we got Johnny Nitro and MVP taking on Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvon. Nitro and MVP defeated the Hardy Boys last week to give themselves one more chance at the tag team titles against Burke and Corvon. So we will see how that one goes, but we actually already know how it goes because kayfabe, Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvon will retain. Match number 3 is a no-holds-barred match. It is billed as a hardcore match in the game, but Kenny Dykstra challenged Gregory Helms to this match. He said, making me bleed doesn't count. Attacking me in the parking lot doesn't count. Face me, no disqualifications. Let this ungrateful little shit beat you down. And Gregory Helms was more than happy to oblige with that request, and thus this match was created. Moving on into our next match, Chris Masters versus Matt Hardy. Chris Masters just trying to get off of his losing streak, so he takes on Matt Hardy in this one. Not a whole lot behind it, it's just an exhibition match. Moving on to our main event, a number 1 contendership match to determine who is going to face Edge at the Great American Bash. We've got Mr. Kennedy, Kane, and Bobby Lashley. So we are already confirmed. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing we can do. It's either simulate or play. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. And we're going to... We'll simulate this one. It could go either way. And that's exactly the way it should go. Finlay and King Booker pick up the victory because, after all the speculation, William Regal is in fact aligning himself with Finlay and King Booker. So William Regal basically just punches the fuck out of Rey Mysterio and knocks him out, and that's how it goes. King Booker picks up the pin and gets his first pinfall victory over Rey Mysterio Actually, no, that's a lie, because he got it last week with Finlay's help. His second pinfall victory in a row over Rey Mysterio, and that's got King Booker feeling good about himself there. So, William Regal, after all the speculation, I've been piping him up as a babyface ever since he got here. I still fuck with William Regal, but he has gone to the King's Court to team up with Finlay and King Booker, mostly just to serve King Booker in the way that he wishes to be served within the ring. So don't even go there, you nasty. But anyway, that is how this tag team match goes. William Regal just hits his own partner, takes the L, in benefit of the King, the United States Champion, Mr. Booker. Next, we will go ahead and simulate. It doesn't really matter the outcome, but that is... Fuck, man, they continue to climb. Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvon, they pick up the win in kayfabe, and they pick up the win in the gameplay, and they continue to gain popularity and move up in the power rankings, and they are really just busting my balls here, because, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but they are, like, mid-card, upper mid-card tag team level. I don't need them to be the highest ranked team and or superstar on my roster. I mean, I could do something with Marcus Corvon, but maybe I already want to. But this just isn't the way to do it. But it's just kind of preventing me. It just takes a spot in the Power 5 and the title contention for the most part. But anyway, moving on. Match number 3. We got Gregory Helms. We got Kenny Dykstra. We're gonna play this match, and we are playing as Kenny Dykstra, and we are going to try to beat the shit out of Gregory Helms and prove that Kenny Dykstra, regardless of the morality or ethics of his tactics, Kenny Dykstra is the superior competitor at this time.
Following contest is a hardcore match.
Man, that's such a good theme. I can't get over it.
From Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing in at 215 pounds, Gregory Helms.
That man. Pardon my sniffles. Alright, moving on. Kenny Dykstra's entrance is nowhere near as grandiose. I'm not entirely sure, but basically it's not as entertaining, so we're going to skip. Sorry, your theme is not as much of a banger. It sounds, like it could be on a scene of like a cartoon or something on like Disney Channel or something around in that frame. If you feel me, you feel me. But Gary Kubiak, give me the bell. Because we were locked out, we were not able to turn the HUD on. So we will see how long it takes us to turn it back on in this matchup. Gregory Helms giving us a boot to the face right there. Okay, Gregory Helms means business. Remember, this is a no-holds-barred match, and in the game that means it's a hardcore match. So you're going to see weapons scattered around. We're going to see how long it takes. It is a falls count anywhere in the game, but we're going to try to stay within the ring as far as pinfalls go as much as we can. I won't be pinning Gregory Helms outside the ring, at least intentionally, that's for sure. And if I do, I'll break it. I promise that.
Look at that! That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You gotta watch out for your opponent when they're getting
Gregory Helms or Kenny Dykstra, really just a he is a technical guy, so he's not used to being in this kind of match. That's why he took the loss in the backstage brawl or parking lot brawl and the first blood match. Oh, nice reversal. And almost got him there. But anyway, he's not used to being in this style of matchup. Gregory Helms has been around, I think since the late later parts of the Attitude Era, being the Hurricane, through the Ruthless Aggression Era. So I think, this is the Ruthless Aggression Era, technically. But that definitely played a part into Dykstra's, his lack of success. But now he's just going off of pure anger and emotion, and he's like, I'm just going to beat the fuck out of this guy. I'm not going to try to wrestle him right now. I want to beat him up. And so we're seeing a different side of Kenny Dykstra, for sure. Not that we've seen much of Kenny Dykstra to begin with, but he, his podcast, he talks about how good of a wrestler he is and his superiority in the ring and in his technical prowess. But now we are just seeing him beat the shit out of Gregory Helms with the chair. He said, don't try to get out of the ring unless I tell you to, motherfucker. I'm gonna get you. There we go. Get him out of the ring. And we're gonna get way up on the top turnbuckle. We're gonna wait for him 2 feet flat on the ground, and we hit him with oh god. Okay, well, that missile dropkick, he would have been out for a much longer time than that had that connected, but I digress. Nice try, Mr. Helms. I almost called him Mr. Helmsley, and that is just incorrect. Not only is it wrong, but it's incorrect. Okay, nice visual there. Kenny Dykstra taking it outside of the ring. This is just a Smackdown, folks, but you are getting your money's worth, I'll tell you that much. Give me the trash can. Okay. Needs to do that animation every time. That really killed his momentum there. Boom. Oh, wow. Okay. That is actually such a flaw in their system. That is disappointing. Okay. I think he would win fire extinguisher versus trash can. That hesitation just killed him. Let's see, can I grab? I can't grab a table from here. It's probably because the game wants me to use that table instead.
Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try to stuff it home.
This is just Smackdown, folks. You don't get the full treatment. You gotta pay for that on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're gonna see that fire put out pronto.
Okay.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty
nice little chop block there.
Way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved. But if you're going to be snippy, just looks like someone's
Dykstra, he's like, yeah, Gregory Helms is a little bitch. I might be standing too close to the ropes, but the AI is not very smart. That is a fact. There we go.
Yeah, and
I'm sure I've had a finisher at some point throughout this. Let's turn the HUD on. I do not have a finisher now. That's disappointing. But okay, okay.
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. Right. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure.
Ooh, big pile, not a big pile driver. A moderate pile driver there by Mr. Helms.
These superstars are so unpredictable.
Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of my good old days as the hardcore champion.
If that's your idea of good old days, I'm glad I wasn't around for them.
Look at them.
Don't you think, sir? Don't you think, sir? You thought your momentum was getting high? You thought you were doing good? Kenny Dykstra's just waiting for his moment to strike. That's all. Oh, nice reversal. Nice reversal. I'll give you that. Nice reversal. There we go. There we go. Bleed right through your bandana, sir. Right through your bandana. And in the kayfabe, this one would also just kind of be a fight as well. Because these two, they've had a couple little interactions. Oh, there you go. Give me the 1, 2, 3. That would be perfect. And he got the 1, 2, 3. Not even hitting him with a finisher or anything. Just through that damage. That little snake. And so Dykstra picking up the victory. Picking up the pinfall victory, which is big here in the terms of these two technical guys, despite every encounter against one another has been with a hardcore quote-unquote stipulation.
Kenny Dykstra.
but nicely done there by Mr. Dykstra. So we will move on. Kenny Dykstra picks up the victory. No other shenanigans involved in that match. Pretty much what you see is what you get. And we will move on to the next match. And we're going to simulate this one. And just as we kind of assumed, Chris Masters takes yet another L in this match. And Chris Dykstra, that's a new one. That'd be a good name for like a creative wrestler. But anyway, Chris Masters has another just tantrum that is just off the charts. It continues to build and gets worse, and he throws the chairs, and he throws the stairs, not the chairs, but he also throws the chairs of like the timekeeper and stuff like that, and maybe rips off the cover of the announce table or something like that. But as it takes a little bit of time for him to complete this whole tangent and his little tantrum and everything. Matt and Jeff are gone. They celebrated. They said, "Holy shit!" He's going. It's getting bad. Let's get out of here. It goes through commercial. It comes back. He's still going off, and then he eventually makes his way back through the ramp. Our main event's about to start. It's a triple threat between Kennedy, Lashley, and Kane. Kennedy is like, I'm not getting anywhere fucking near that. Snitsky, I don't know where he went. He's not in this graphic, so help me. And then Lashley's just like, I ain't gonna fuck with him. He's not gonna fuck with me. I'm focused on these other guys. But anyway, as Chris Masters walks back to the ring, or to the back, he like shoulder checks Kane, kind of shoulder checks him. He doesn't get out of his way, so to speak. Lashley's just kind of already at the way. It's not like Lashley moves for Chris Masters or anything, but they just don't interact at all. But basically, Kane doesn't move for Chris Masters. Chris Masters is pissed off already. He's just like, what the fuck? Like, gives him that look, I can't, what did you just do? And so that is, the last thing that we see before these entrances go. I should probably start playing it, and shit. Okay. Man, guys, this hurts. I did not mean to. I did it again. I double clicked, and I am not anybody. Damn, that's really disappointing. But anyway, we'll just talk about how this match goes then, I suppose. And because we're just gonna have to, roll with the kayfabe.
And the opponent from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And that's just how it is on this channel. So anyway, Chris Masters shoulder checks Kane. Kane shoulder checks Chris Masters, whatever. There's that interaction. And that's the last thing that we see before these entrances that come out. Kennedy is doing his thing. He does his thing on the mic. He talks his shit to Bobby Lashley. Kane basically says their combined intelligence still is only a single-digit number, and, stuff like that. Or, whatever. I did not. I'll edit that to be quieter. I apologize. But anyway, Kennedy talks his shit and everything like that. And what ensues is just a good match, but Chris Masters ultimately, gets his neck, or pokes his head back into, business that is not his. He wasn't invited to be in this contendership match. He wasn't invited to be in the triple threat. It's not a fatal four-way. It's a triple threat. It's Kane, Bobby Lashley, and Mr. Kennedy. None of those names are Chris Masters. Yet, Mr. Chris Masters comes out into the ring and just gets involved with Kane, much like Kenny Dykstra did with Gregory Helms, I think it was 2 weeks prior, maybe 1 week prior. No, it was 2 weeks prior. And anyway, they just start brawling, and it all just kind of seems that it was based off of the shoulder check and everything like that. But it was more just the compound of Chris Masters' losses that he had been building, and just Kane not giving a fuck about his feelings, and then just all that frustration coming out here. So with this match being something we're forced to watch, I am going to pause the recording here and we'll pick up after the match is completed, so hang tight. Thank you. Heyo, we are back. I just decided to use my noodle instead of watching the whole thing go down. I realized that you could just quit the match and restart it. So that's what I did. We're playing as Bobby Lashley. We still have the HUD off. We're going to leave it off as long as we can, but that's not the point. We're trying to get Bobby Lashley to the Great American Bash facing Mr. Edge, Mr. Adam Cole. And clearly we could not give any kind of visual of Chris Masters interfering with the match, unfortunately. Bobby Lashley just beating that ass with the running grapples. I might overuse them because it's a triple threat, so you got to stay frosty. So I apologize about that ahead of time. But anyway, shit. Wow, what an athletic maneuver by Kane. That was impressive. I'm not even mad. I'm mad. I'm impressed. Okay, big stomp on the knee. Stomp on the knee. Okay. Big running grapple. Big running DDT there by the big red machine Kane. Alright. Boom! Big running SDO there. It's like a fourth one in the match. And another running DDT. He just took one. He literally just got up from that exact maneuver. Hit him with the camel clutch. Before Kane breaks it, he can't break it. He's uppercutting someone who's on the ground. Not really on the ground, but lower ground. Nice bulldog there. Another running grappler maneuver by Bobby Lashley. But wow, he just not my fault there. So damn effective. Okay.
You've got to be able to hide it from your opponent. That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let
how in the heck? How in the heck, man?
No matter how beaten up they get.
Kennedy got it, bulldog. I think it was Kennedy that got it, bulldog. Hold up. What are you doing, son? Get down. Get down.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved. But if you're going to be snippy,
nice attack to the back. Oh, look at that. And I mirror your attack. What a move. Okay, and then you reverse me. Alright, get out of there. Oh, what a... Let's go, Lashley. He's too athletic. He's too much of an athlete. He is too much of an athlete. Get out of the ring.
But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit,
we're just going to let Mr. Rampage on and Mr. Dirty Heel be a dirty fucking heel. And then I'm just going to show off my athleticism. Are you okay, Gary Kubiak? Are you okay? Can I pick you up? I can't pick him up. I'm going to turn the HUD back on, though. I hope it doesn't ruin your immersion when I pause the screen to turn the HUD on. If Lashley's second trait isn't a brawler, what the fuck? I mean, don't you dare call it a fucking showman, because that's just a lie. Okay. Bobby Lashley is the Dominator. Yeah, that's the Dominator. Okay, I need Kane to just fuck off in like every direction.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let you
just
know
not
about
that direction, I guess. Fuck, man. All right. Okay, well, Lashley. Kennedy's gonna get up by the time I can finish this whole fucking thing. I'm gonna just put you into there. I'm gonna put you in there.
You're gonna get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
Okay.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me.
He's gonna hit me with a swinging neck breaker.
What a reversal. He was one step ahead on that one.
Fucking A, man. Now we gotta wait like 35 seconds for any pins to be
So have I. It's certainly
recorded. Okay. Golly, that move gets so much heckin' momentum. Look at that. A finisher in 2 moves. I can rock with that. Alright, Mr. Gary Kubiak, are you watching this? He's still only orange. Okay. So I'm just gonna. I can't change my change. That's what bothers me. And then Kane no sells my shit and starts to get up and then takes my aggro. That's not cool, man. That's not cool, man. That's not cool.
Night after night, the WWE
I'm gonna give you a little leg whip, and then I'm gonna hit.
And that's a good thing.
Fuck.
I don't even
Alright.
like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Don't you dare. Okay. Woo! Oh yeah, he's doing the taunt. Okay, that's even better. Will that be another thumbnail? You probably already know the answer to that based off of what you saw already. But let's go. Okay, big chop. That was an explosive chop. He only needs one. I'm gonna end it. Damn, son. Okay, let's go.
Keep it up. And you're gonna find out exactly
Nice clothesline there by
how tough it is
Mr.
to do
Kane.
this job with your jaw wired shut.
Shit, I'm just missing.
Bobby Lashley's a big guy, but he's got to be careful.
Now that world's ugliest spine buster. Very nice, very nice. Hit him with STO. There we go. I'm gonna try to pin. I'm gonna go for the pin now. Hit him with a 1, 2, 3. The 2 and the 3 ski. We already hit him with the Dominator. We hit him with the Dominator. So that is the end of the match. Bobby Lashley picks up the victory. He pins Mr. Kennedy. Obviously, Kane would have gotten taken out of the ring by Chris Masters. They would have been occupied doing other things. And that is the way the SmackDown would have ended. Snitsky would just be like, you know, Mr. Kennedy would have rolled over to Snitsky and just been like, hold me. And Bobby Lashley would have done his little point. And that would have been the ending graphic for the show, much like it was as you just saw. So, with that being said, Bobby Lashley is now going to the Great American Bash, and he will now have himself a title match guaranteed. And Mr. Kennedy can't take it away from him this time. It's not a tournament spot. It's already going down. And you know what? We'll say like midweek. There's an article on WWE.com that says, oh shit, Gregory Helms. I knew it. Okay. I think I can manage a groin. Okay. Anyway, but we're going to say on WWE.com there's an article that says contract signing to be held next week on SmackDown. ECW picking up more friends. Oh, we haven't simulated to Monday. That's why. Okay, let's simulate to Monday. Let's hope that okay, bumped up 3, so that's not bad. Let's just check out 3-star show, 3.5-star main event, 3.5-star. Okay, there you go, Dykstra and Helms. I see you boys. 3-star throwaway match basically, and then 3 stars. All right, so minimum of 3 stars here. So that is a good sign. We're starting to round things out. Let's see, an injury-free month. In 2 days. They must have been talking about May. I don't know. But anyway, let's go over to WWE.com. We're going to read the article. Oh, wow. You can see that SmackDown is going to be having a contract signing in their main event. That's really helpful. Thank you. Okay, so ECW gained fans. They had a 2.5-star rating. I know I had a 3-star rating. Raw had a 3-star rating. So please tell me what in the world happened there. Huh? Match of the week. 4-star on Raw. Roddy Piper. Okay. Power 25. And our World Heavyweight Champion just continues to drop down the rankings. I am disappointed. Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvon, though, they're number 1 in the all of WWE. King Booker is number 2. I like that. Roddy Piper's the new WWE Champion. I'm cool with that. Bobby Lashley is number 4. Edge number 7, Mr. Kennedy number 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys in the top 10. Kane seemed to have fallen out. Kennedy's no longer in the top 5. Let's check out SmackDown. Damn. Shit, son. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Okay. Edge is number 4 on SmackDown. We gotta give our World Heavyweight Champion some love, I suppose. Where did I gain? Oh, it must have been an injury-free month. No injuries for a month. Okay, well, thanks for that. I'm at 12% for GM of the year. That's probably not gonna happen. As far as the 100% meter goes, anyway, I could still win GM of the year if I lead in fans, right? I mean, who else would you crown? I only got, we're officially 1 million down, but we went up. So we're on the way up. I'm not worried about it. We just got to make sure we make good on our rivalries and everything of the sorts. So Elijah Burke 86, rivaling Edge's 86, or equaling Bobby Lashley 85, Booker 85, Kennedy 84, Kane and Corvan and Mysterio all 83, Matt Hardy 82, Jeff Hardy 79, Kenny Dykstra 79, Gregory Helms 77, and he's hurt. Sabu, he's not injured, but he's hurt. Sabu is 71, Finley is 69, Chris Masters 67, Snitsky 66. I'm going to start a Snitsky ASMR channel, so make sure you follow that one. Because this channel currently has a whole lot of followers as is, right? Anyway, Johnny Nitro 64, Chavo 63, MVP 63, William Regal 61. So there we go. William Regal, man. Okay, that's because he took the loss with Rey Mysterio. I remember why. I was like, what the fuck? But he's going to get that popularity boost for being aligned with King Booker, so we're going to send him on 2 different dates with 2 different females because he's a European gigolo. William Regal. Actually, before we get too far and before I start forgetting, let's just check our contracts. 3 weeks. I'm going to just start signing some MFers now. We'll go ahead. We'll get Chavo. We'll just see how many we can get. I mean, wait, there's only 6 guys. Okay, so Corvan, I want Corvan. I'm just going to give him a lot of money. And then Kane, we're going to wrap him up as well. Just a 5 week. We're not going to spend all of our money on Kane. He is no William Regal. And then Gregory Helms. No, actually, I think MVP's lowest popularity, so he's probably the cheapest out of everybody at the moment. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Ain't trippin'. Moving on. Now to our shenanigans, we're going to send William Regal on his dates. Let's get a big success. I mean, he's such a gentleman. Yes, there we go. Plus 8 popularity. Let's make sure he doesn't have bad fatigue. I don't see why he would, but it's just one of those things you got to be sure of. He does have 10% from that one that he just went on. Gregory Helms, he's not going to be doing any podcasts this week. He's not going to be doing any dates this week. So if I try to do that, make sure you guys stop me. Thanks in advance. Two big success. What a gentleman. Man, I'm happy for the boy. Alrighty. I'm going to send another date, but I'm not going to send William Regal. I'm going to give him a rest. Or we'll send Sabu. We're going to send Chris Masters because I told him I wanted to give him some love. It's just a success because he's on a bit of a losing streak, but I'm glad it wasn't a failure like everything else that he's been doing. He's feeling a little bit better now that he has, he made that attack on Kane, so he's just feeling good. Chavo. Now that William Regal got his popularity bump, he's probably the lowest. So, what is... Why did I not just do the date? We've got that taken care of, so we'll go ahead and move into the booking of our next Smackdown on the June 14th edition. Match number 1 is going to be just a Cruiserweight exhibition match, but we will go ahead and label it as... Oh, look at that. Johnny Nitro and Sabu. Just two cruiserweights going at it, giving the gander the old run. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but it's the words that came out of my mouth, and I can't unspeak them. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. Up next, we've got a Cruiserweight Championship match, a genuine Cruiserweight Championship match, a match between... There we go. Elijah Burke, of course. Elijah Burke is the Cruiserweight Champion, so you can't have a championship match in the Cruiserweight division without Elijah Burke being the Cruiserweight Champion. Jeff and Matt Hardy, or Matt Hardy's the one competing. Jeff Hardy is the one accompanying Matt Hardy, but you probably won't see it because that's how the game works. So, this match comes from a confrontation. It wasn't like a super confrontation because, Corvan and Burke have been playing the face since their rivalry with Nitro and MVP. Burke is kind of that tweener, but Corvan is like a pure face for sure. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, obviously, a baby face. And so they are just kind of busting the chops in the locker room, shooting the shit, basically. And Matt Hardy says, hey, man, I won last week. Elijah, how about you give me a shot at your Cruiserweight Championship? And, Corvan, he's like, he's backing his boy up. He's like, he got you, no problem. We're not booked for anything. So, Elijah, go do your thing. Elijah Burke's a little bit more hesitant. He's like, hold on, brother. I wasn't trying to necessarily do that. Like, you're not a singles champion, so don't speak for me, please. Thank you very much. So he's just kind of like giving Corvan a look. He's like, I don't really agree, nor do I appreciate what you've just done. And you just volunteered with me, or you volunteered me without my counsel, and, what are you doing? We're supposed to be partners. But anyway, Elijah Burke goes through with it. He kind of just shrugs it off. He's like, yeah, I'll take care of business. It's the Elijah Express. We're about to knock your ass out because that's what I do. But he said it in like a joking manner. So Matt Hardy's like, all right, brother, I'll see you out there. This promo like opens up the show after, not really after anything. We'll just say Matt and Jeff Hardy are doing something interesting for the camera to like pan into them because they're an interesting bunch. But yeah, that's where this match gets set up. Match number 3. We've got a little bit of revenge for Mr. Rey Mysterio. So I'm putting this in as a, what's it called? A handicap match, but it is actually going to just be a one-on-one match. I just want all 3 of these guys in here to signify just kind of like their little faction that King Booker has managed to pull for himself, being the United States Champion. So Rey Mysterio will be facing William Regal one-on-one. William Regal last week was his tag team partner, and he turned on him. He hit him with the Nux, and that's just the way it went. And it was a sad story because we all love Willie Reeves, and we all love Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is like the international like babyface of modern day WWE. I feel like, or at least like early 2000s era, maybe mid 2000s era. But that is as much insight as this match needs. If you've been following along, King Booker's just kind of pulling out all the stops against Rey Mysterio because Rey Mysterio challenged him for the United States Championship match. He had to get Finley's interference there, and then Rey Mysterio tried to get some revenge, only to get his back stabbed by Mr. William Regal. Because as you can remember, Kane and Chris Masters, they had some beef last week. Chris Masters attacked him. But Kane and Snitsky also have a little bit of beef. Snitsky just kind of had a big part in Mr. Kennedy picking up the pin. but he never is able to, settle the score, even the odds. Not even the odds. That's a bad way of saying it, but settle the score with Mr. Gene Snitsky. So the big ugly bastard. So that's why our main event is what it is. But the real main event segment is going to be technically a table match, but it's really just the contract signing for Bobby Lashley and Edge in the World Heavyweight Championship match. So we're not going to put a title to it. We're just going to call it that. It doesn't really matter who wins. Hopefully Edge does, just because, he gets that little popularity rub. I suppose he's been a little bit on a downtrend. But that is going to do it for our episode. I'm actually going to do some promos just for some rivalry stuff, but you don't got to see it, so you don't got to worry about it. So we're going to call it here. We'll go ahead, bust out our roster. We did not confirm or lock in the match card because bad things happen when we do that. Fortunately for us, we were able to dodge a bullet there with any kind of collateral damage. So if you are still watching, thank you so much for making it all the way through the video. If you're still here, maybe consider subscribing to the channel or liking the video, leaving some feedback down below. It's all appreciated. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll be back at you soon with another video.